And we're recording. Anyway, so we're talking about scorecards. The numbers on there should actually be pretty simple,
Okay.
and it should take you just like a few minutes each week to really fill out. Especially once you get a good group going with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that, Michael, you can have your admin do. Zion, you can probably have somebody else do for you. I wouldn't actually want to do it myself, and I wouldn't want you guys to do it yourselves.
Well, all the individual numbers get plugged into all the individual places, so putting it into one place is, like you said, it's take a few minutes.
Yeah.
Because I don't do the tracking for anything else, so.
Yeah, I should probably just have my admin do it, because right now I do it, and I don't need to do it.
Yeah, definitely have your admin do it.
Okay.
Cool, and then Zion, I know last time we talked about vivid vision, and you were going to work on something that's more vivid vision for your life. Did you get a chance to make any progress on that?
I did not.
I like that. Well, I like the idea of the vivid vision for your life.
Yeah. I kind of did one back in February, or January, whenever the event was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have a lot of that still, so I can just kind of branch off of it, but it hasn't really changed much.
Revisit, branch off of it, and even see how you've grown since writing that.
I've actually revisited it pretty recently.
I did a mind map for my life about 3 years ago in Austin, and then I was just looking through my journals, and I looked at that mind map, and I'm like, cool, well, a lot of this actually materialized, and some of the goals weren't relevant to what's important to me now, but like seeing how most of it actually came true, most, at least the important stuff. So I think that there's a lot of power to doing this for yourself, so I would recommend playing with it, and even just like being really intentional, like, hey, what is it that I actually intend to create with my life, and am I living up to that standard of performance right now?
Very true. Been thinking about it a lot recently.
Is there anything for either of you guys, we have kind of a smaller call here, that feel like any of us where I could offer some immediate reflections or support on?
I have something if Zion doesn't, but Zion, feel free to go first. I don't want to hog the call.
No, I'm pretty good right now.
All right, I would say then, and maybe Zion, you can probably help with this. Is I'm trying to just get everything, like all of the systems, I guess, like implemented, and working with training this new lady or my new admin. I feel like there's just a bunch of things out there. Or I guess, how do you guys like manage, I guess, like the day-to-day operations? I'm just getting stuck in the hole of like, you know, the 25th of the month, this needs to happen. The 3rd of the month, this needs to happen. You know, Monday at 3 o'clock, we have this meeting, and then, you know, this needs to be posted at, you know, Tuesdays at 2 o'clock. Like, how do you manage like the day-to-day things that really add up to the big picture of the month? Is there some sort of like software or calendar or like reminders app you guys use? So that's question one. And then question two is, what do you use for like client follow-up? Is there some sort of software out there that, you know, if I wanted to do like a quarterly meeting with every one of my clients, even like employees, there's some sort of software out there that will kind of set these reminders up and just kind of allow it to pop up for you and know that you need to set up this meeting or whatever it is?
First question I have for you, I assume you know all about barbell logic?
Yeah, I do know about barbell logic, yeah.
I don't know much of the details for it, but have you explored that for yourself?
Yeah, I have. I looked into it. It's pretty pricey right now. I'm trying to get into that new facility, so I'm trying to save my money. But honestly, I was actually on that site today because after I talked to Marcus, he was filling me in just on it too, and kind of ways it can help. And I've really thought about going to that platform, just because I think it will save me some time. And I think that probably would help with my second question.
It'll definitely help with your second question.
Yeah, because I know it does that pretty well as far as like all the campaigns that are really specific on there.
And you might be able to use that, like it might be like a virtual employee that's working for you. Like if it's software, I don't know what their price on it is.
It's like $4,000, and then it's like a $4,000 upfront fee, then it's like $1,200 a month. But I can't come to getting myself to pull the trigger on it yet, and I don't know if I'm just being stupid and hesitant, or if it's really something I need to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'm at that. Yeah. I don't know if,
put on my list. Let me. It'll be a weird thing. I wonder if I could ask Bledsoe if he like has any like friends and family discounts for that. It's a possibility. Allie, just put that on my list next time I chat with him.
All right. I don't want to be a cheap bastard though. I totally understand. I don't want to be a cheap bastard. I totally understand. But
what I'm going to do is just discount, like, because it's a direct like friend referral. He might be able to discount the upfront fee, because part of that I know goes to a sales commission.
For the sales.
Let me chat with him and see.
Sorry, Dima. Who did you want me to put on here for you to chat with?
Mike Bledsoe.
Oh, perfect.
Logic.
All right, so then I guess that's super awesome of you, and thank you for being willing to do that.
For your first question, let's just a little bit. I think that can probably be pretty simple to do with even just like Google Calendar, and just set up recurring appointments with their own reminders. There's probably something better for like checking things off. We use Basecamp to manage everything, but that's not going to give you recurring tasks.
Yeah.
So I think literally something as simple as like put shit in Google Calendar and then have Google Calendar email automatic reminders, which is something that they just have as a feature.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe my question is like how to actually organize systemizing my business, if that even makes sense. Like how to ensure that these systems are happening.
Sure.
I don't know, because I feel like they're there and I have them mostly mapped out, but like I'm just having a tough time making them happen, or like knowing when they're happening.
As in like getting people to follow what the systems are.
No, morally just actually executing on the system at the correct day and time, or even just getting the systems actually set up and implemented.
So, I think the first thing is you really need to think of everything in your business that happens more than once, because that's really the trigger as far as whether or not you need a system, right?
Yes.
If it happens more than once, then it's not just a one-off thing. If it's a one-off thing, it goes on your calendar. If it happens more than, if there's like a series of things that happen, then you have a system on your hands. So I would just start by listing, what all those things actually are. And then, you really have to figure out who's the person responsible for it, when does it actually have to happen, what actually has to happen, and then how you're going to hold everyone accountable for it, right? So what I would suggest is, it really depends on the system, but I'll give you an example. So I have let me see if I can.
I think we just lost Zion.
In mid-thought.
Hopefully it wasn't going to drop knowledge bomb.
My bad.
He's back.
I went to click on something and replace it. Okay, so I will share my screen so you can see. How do I do this? Okay. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, is it sharing? Do you see the spreadsheet?
Yes. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Okay. So here's one system of ours, which is our content calendar, as far as when everything has to go up. So here's all the shit that needs to happen, right? So here's all the dates it needs to happen. Here's what's actually happening. Here's the status of everything that's happening. So we just have a drop down because it's like there's only a few things that can happen as far as stages of where things are at. As like Dima said earlier, I just want to know at a glance, is it done or not, right? Mm-hmm. And then post-release status, it's like, how did it actually happen? And then this is part of our scorecard. So because I just want to see the numbers right next to it. And then up here, I just see, when's the last time that was updated, and then these are the actual links if I just want to see it, right away. And this is, of course, evolved based on I just found myself needing to click on things and wanting things and whatever, and I just wanted to see it in one place. So numbers are in here, tips are in here. So here's one system, right? So there's a lot of there's like an SOP to this document as well that's not in this document, right? But it's pretty much explained to anyone that has to do any of this. So it's kind of like it's been filmed, it's scheduled, it's edited and uploaded, lead, capture, develop, content develop, release, whatever. So that's a system that, as far as every single stage, who needs to happen, everyone knows exactly what needs to happen.
And then are the people who's responsible for that task responsible for going in and checking it off?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't touch this ever, except the fact that the person that's responsible for this is about to have a baby. So, and I didn't do a good job of. Well, she actually had an emergency, so she had to leave earlier than we thought she would. So I didn't do a good job of phasing her out of it. So, and bringing someone else to take over it. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. But that's a good reminder that I need to get back on that. So, just one example. And we have other things where it's like, I know that if a certain column is filled out, that means it's done. It's as simple as that, right? So I try to add as little things as possible because I don't want the system itself to be adding more work to someone.
Right.
So it's kind of like if something is done, then they just fill it out with a link or something. Here, I'll show you another one that we have.
And then do you just go and oversee the work that they did, or do you, after they check it off, you can just jump in there and see how it did or see how their work went? Or do you not really worry about it?
Pretty much. I just go inside and I just see if it's done or not. But here's what's the difference between funnels and funnels? That's really annoying. I have to fix this document. So for some reason, my Google Drive always loses this one folder, so I need to go get it again. It's weird. I don't know where the hell it went. I never go in here, so it's like I'm trying to just find it. Yeah, sorry. This is a poor example of. So, here's where we have all our tutorials on how to pretty much do anything. So as soon as someone has to solve a problem, I highly encourage them to record a video of them solving the problem so that if it comes up again, then they just have to kind of go do it.
That's smart.
Oh, here it is. So you see how all these are there's checklists and FAQs.
Yeah.
So every single phase in this funnel building process has a checklist. And it kind of explains what it does, right? It's here's where everything is, here's how you can find it. So it's a little document on it. Again, this could be organized a little bit better.
That's actually really interesting to see, because I haven't really seen anyone's back end of how they systemize all of their really just business and checklists and.
Yeah, your job is pretty much to do as little as possible always.
I totally agree. I feel like that's the right mindset, but I feel like I sometimes go to the other end of that spectrum.
Okay, here it is. So here's another example, right? So this is something that could easily be done on Trello, but I don't want to log into something. I just want to open up a spreadsheet. So can you see this bar here?
Yeah, Skin JV or that whole top. Oh yeah, top bar. Okay, yeah, it's all spreadsheets. Or mostly.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much all my spreadsheets I need in one place on my bar. So here's the different phases that you have. Here's the different funnels that we're building out. The system was that basically you initial it based on the last time you're updated up here, and then based on what the status is. So this one never got finished because we turned on the project, but it's in progress, who's in progress for, and every single one of these has some type of checklist. So it's like, boom. I hope this isn't an empty one. And it is. Okay, let me show you a done one. Pre-strategy, strategy phase. Sorry, I haven't been in this document in a while. Oh, so this is kind of just mapped out. So these are all in the, so you saw the folders before. This is kind of the master document that outlines everything.
Okay.
And then the copy content phase is like, this is the folder that holds everything. What's in here? Oh, here it is. Okay. So inside of these, there's like other checklists that need to be done. So here's like the status of it. It's like, is it done? Where's the live URL? Is it live? Does it have, you know, all the things that it needs? Yes, yes, yes. And basically, if I see that it's not there, then I know it's not there.
Yeah.
And another thing I really want to point your attention to is, Dima, I'm sure you guys go through this all the time, but when people make freaking changes to anything, it's really annoying and we don't know. So we made a document just for any change that happens, just so we're aware of it. And we have the same document for all our for a lot of our campaigns as well. If there's any changes to any landers, if there's any changes to anything, we have these documents that everyone has to fill out whenever they make any changes.
So just if somebody goes in here and they make a change and they put in the new URL and they hit save, do you get an email that says so and so, you know, made a change in the change log?
Yeah.
And then you go in and click on it and see what it is.
Yep. Because every time someone fills out a form, you can set it so you get an email alert.
And that's all just through Google Docs.
Yeah. See, here's the other thing is one thing that you have to realize is like, you know, I noticed you were saying software. So software is only as good as your processes are, and software forces you into certain processes that might not be native to your own company, right? So it's more important for you to figure out what the best ideal scenario for you is in terms of a process, and then figure out how you want to automate it, then see if the software solution is a good fit for you or not. Because if you go from the software solution down, it's going to create limitations around how you think about your process, where it's not necessarily the best way that you're going to think about your process. It's going to be how your process is going to fit into their process.
Mm.
Sometimes that's a good thing, but you know, most of the time it's not. You know, all the logins are in one place, but since this document, we just have everything on LastPass now, because we literally have like 4 hosting accounts, 5 domain registrars, 20 different softwares, and 50 different websites. So yeah, screw that thing. So everything's pretty much in one place though, so that we just know where it is. You know, every time you find that you're asking for the same thing, that's probably, is my screen still sharing?
No.
All right, cool. Whenever you find that you're asking for the same thing, then it's probably a good idea to like put like a parking spot for it and just figure out the best way to get that information.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would say the first step is just like literally just take a Google Doc, or here's another good tool like Workflowy.
Workflowy?
Yeah, I will share
like,
my screen.
Is that like Google Docs or something?
No, it is not. I guess it's this one. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes. Organize your brain. I like it already.
Yeah, so like Dima's thing, I literally have these tabs called brain dumps, where whenever I just feel overwhelmed, I literally just come in and I date it and I just start dumping the crap out of my brain on everything that needs to happen. Because I just get it out. It's more important for you to get it out of your head as soon as possible. So what's really cool about this is like you see how those things. So let's say that you know, systems in my business. Then it's like, okay, well, you have your operation system, you have your people management stuff, maybe your marketing stuff, and then you have like Facebook and Google. And then what about Facebook? It's like campaign management, analytics, and you could just go on and keep building. So I love this. I love this because then it's like, okay, I don't want to see all this crap. Boom, I just like hide it, right? But in terms of just like being able to dump your brain out. This is a tool that Larry gave me, actually.
Yeah, you showed it to me as well.
Yeah.
I haven't
Like,
used
I
it.
literally only use this for brain dumps. I don't use it for anything else. It's just like for me to just get everything out of my head in the quickest way possible. That's why it's like, yeah, if I go through all these, it's like, yeah. So
Yeah, I like that. I use I just kind of have something like that. I just use like Apple reminders, but it's super unorganized because nothing is in order. I might switch to that.
I have an infinite list. It's like 150 to-dos.
Yeah, yeah, did you see that? Yeah, I can screen share again. I literally
I have the same deal, man. There's a list that says today, and there's 150 on it that clearly don't get done today.
No, none of those will get done today. Literally 156 things on that list that will not get done today. But a lot of them are just.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah,
Yes.
mine's the same. So,
and this is something I'm happy to go
always
through.
organization.
Hello?
Yep. You guys hear me?
Yeah. Things I cut out.
Cool. Anything else that you guys would find valuable to discuss today? You could always end a little early since there's just much less of us.
So Michael, one last thing for you guys.
Okay.
So this is pretty much at the beginning of my day. I just freaking dump everything I need in here, like everything that I could possibly need to do, and then I just assign it a value between 1 to 100 based on how important I think it is. And then, so I put them all as 1 because they're all the things I have to do. So I just go back and I order them based on what I have to actually get done, and I just schedule them in my calendar for the day. And then there's like instructions for this. I can send this to you if you want it, but there's like instructions on how to do it. Here's a trigger list so that every single thing that you have here, it's like going to trigger something in your head in case you forgot, because the idea is like just get everything out of your head. Here's all the unsorted stuff, notes on your phone, notes on your, because the important thing is that you have a final bucket, and this is my final bucket, right? Like I'll open up like, I'll open up like workflowy notes on my phone, notes in a notebook, and I'll just like get everything, and I put everything in here. And then from there, I prioritize to see, is this something that I have to get done today or not? And then if it's not, then I just put it on my calendar so that I have to get it done. And then once it's on your calendar, it's like you're making a commitment to yourself to get that shit done.
Yeah, to make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy
That was
to.
helpful, man. No, that was really helpful for me. I think I just needed to see that because I've never really seen how that could be organized or completed in that way. So that was cool. Thank you for taking me through that.
No worries. Yeah. Your job's to do as little work as possible, man.
Yeah.
So that you can go and do a bunch of other shit. So.
That makes sense. It's funny. All right. I'm gonna jump off here, guys. I got to get rolling. Zion, you gonna be at camp?
Yes, sir.
Cool, brother. Well, I'll see you 3 all next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop the broadcast here as well. And then Zion, just stay on for a minute.
Will do.